morning. Coming to you live in the gym in Summer Park, New Mexico. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110th floor memorial stair climb for our brother firefighter Joseph Spor Jr. Part of the FDNY Special Operations Command off of Rescue 3, Big Blue out of the Bronx. Carrying him up 110 floors to finish his footsteps in the South Tower. Our brother is headed to the top for his wife, Colleen, and children, Shannon, Casey, Caitlin, and Joseph. This is his memorial climb, paying honor and respect to the sacrifice that was made so that others could live. This is to share his story. We've got 20 seconds or so left before that first vertical. Total of 7 verticals to get to the very top, 101st floor, and then it's only 9 floors after that. For our brother who's part of Special Operations Command with Rescue 3. And here we go for the first of the verticals. So as I said, this climb is dedicated to our brother firefighter Joseph Spor Jr. In 1988, he graduated with a bachelor's degree in finance, and he worked for a company in Manhattan as a financial analyst called Milliken and Company. There in Manhattan. He got married to his wife Colleen in 1992, and then following his father's footsteps, he was appointed to the FDNY in 1994. For 7 years, I was a junior in high school in 94, and for 7 years our brother was first due to that Bronx Zoo on ladder 38, engine 88. That's actually their patch for engine 88, ladder 38, because they are first due to the Bronx Zoo. So he spent 7 years there prior to following his father's footsteps and taking a transfer to Rescue 3. Big Blue out of the Bronx. As I said, part of Special Operations Command with the FDNY. Rescue 1, outstanding. Rescue 2, the Bulldogs. Rescue 3, Big Blue. Rescue 4, Popeye. And Rescue 5, Blue Thunder. As I said, our brother was a financial analyst with Milliken and Company in Manhattan prior to joining the FDNY. Our brother was extremely physically fit and always loved to smile and be a husband and father. Husband to Colleen and a father to Shannon, Caitlin, Casey, and Joseph. Our brother was from a family, the only son with several daughters. And on his free time, he owned his own contracting business where he did carpentry and woodwork. And prior to 9/11, he was actually working on a playroom for the children there at their house. Right now, this climb is dedicated to the sacrifices made so that others could live. For our brother, part of Special Operations Command, the rescues, the squads, Hazmat Company 1, and the Marine Unit, Technical Rescue Specialist, high angle, low angle, confined space, trench rescue, and dive rescue. Our brothers responded to the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil. And because of the bravery, valor, and heroism that was shown, upwards of 25,000 were saved. And right now, I'm taking Rescue 3, Big Blue, our brother, Joseph Spor Jr., firefighter who was in the South Tower, all the way to the top, finishing his footsteps to that 110th floor. This is why we climb, to tell and share their stories, so their family, the FDNY, and our country knows that we will never forget, but instead they will always be remembered, not to be a name on a plaque or a picture on a wall, but to share their legacy. This is why we climb. On this stair climber, around the United States, in 9/11 memorials, stair climbs, in runs, and across the world, that they will never be forgotten. Right now, this is his climb. For our brother right here, firefighter Joseph Spor Jr., who went from being a financial analyst with Milliken and Company in Manhattan to following his father's footsteps and joining the FDNY. Our brother is the last brother to be carried to the 110th floor for Big Blue. On completion of this climb, Big Blue has full accountability. Taking him up one floor at a time to reach the next. To the 110th we go. So this is the climb. Continuing each and every step towards that next floor. And right now it's his 110 floors we're going. Symbolically carrying him up with me right now to finish his footsteps in that South Tower, to take him all the way to the very top. For our brother, firefighter Joseph Spor Jr., who used to be first due at the Bronx Zoo for 7 years, working on ladder 38 and engine 88, prior to, I believe it was August, getting his transfer to Rescue 3. Big Blue out of FDNY Special Operations Command, taking him all the way to the top. For outstanding, the Bulldogs, Big Blue, Popeye, and Blue Thunder. The squads, Hazmat Company 1, and the Marine Unit. This is your climb. Squad 8, Squad 18, Squad 1, 252, 288, 61, 41. The ones that I can remember, at this moment, all for you. Taking them up with honor and respect for the sacrifices made so that others could live. Coming to you live in the gym in Sunland Park, New Mexico. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110th floor Memorial Star Climb for firefighter Joseph Spor Jr. out of Big Blue, Rescue 3 out of the Bronx. This is his continuation of his footsteps to the very top of those towers. The South Tower, which they were working in, taking them all the way to the very top. For his wife, Colleen, who they married in '92, and his 4 children, Shannon, Casey, Caitlin, and Joseph. This is your climb. So you know that your husband and father will never be forgotten. And it turns out that the brothers ended up finishing the carpentry that our brother, firefighter Joseph Spor Jr., had started there at his house. They kicked in and showed what family and the brotherhood was all about. This does not just stop here though. This continues on with the ants still counting. Those who worked the pile for days and weeks and months on ground zero. Those who succumb to 9/11 illnesses and cancer, which on May 30th, 19 years ago today, the recovery effort was declared complete. 8 months plus, and it was complete. All the work done to help our country, their families, and the FDNY recover from ground zero. This 110 floors is given with honor and respect for the sacrifices made so that others could live. This is why we climb, to tell their stories, for our brothers to be fully accounted for on Big Blue following the completion of this climb. Big Blue will be 100% at the top. For Special Operations Command, outstanding, Rescue 1, the Bulldogs, Rescue 2, Big Blue, Rescue 3, Popeye, Rescue 4, and Blue Thunder, Rescue 5, out of Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island. Taking them up all the way to the top. For his years of service to the citizens of New York, his 7 years being first due at the zoo for the Bronx Zoo on ladder 38, housed with engine 88, we will never forget. But instead we will always remember. Coming up on the back half of the 4th and 7 verticals. Taking them up with honor and respect. Our brother graduated college in 1988 with a degree, a bachelor's of finance. He worked as a finance analyst with Milliken and Company in Manhattan. Got married to his wife Colleen in 1992 and had 4 children: Shannon, Casey, Caitlin, and Joseph. In 1994, when I was a junior in high school, our brother was appointed, got on to the FDNY, and keeping his family tradition with his father, following his footsteps, he joined the FDNY. Got assigned to Ladder 38, housed with Engine 88, first due at the zoo, there first due for the Bronx Zoo, and in August, prior to 9/11, our brother received a transfer to Rescue 3, Big Blue, FDNY Special Operations, rescue technicians out of the Bronx. Our brothers were specialists in technical rescue, all facets: high angle, low angle, confined space, trench rescue, and even dive rescue. Along with the squads and Hazmat Company 1 and the Marine Unit, FDNY Special Operations Command. Third to last vertical in this 110 floors, giving an honor and respect for the sacrifices made so that others can live. Pushing him up right now for his time on Ladder 38, housed there with Engine 88, first due to the Bronx Zoo, to his time, a few weeks that he was on Rescue 3. Our brother was very physically fit and able to tackle and handle any job. The last place seen was the South Tower, going up the stairwell to conduct rescues prior to the collapse. We will never forget the sacrifices made so that others could live. This is why we climb, to share their stories so they don't just become a picture on a wall and a name on a plaque. They will always be remembered, no matter how many years later. This is why we climb. Right now I'm pushing him to the very top. Coming up on the last 2 verticals, the last one being the trip to the 101st floor, before 9 floors later, we make the top. For Rescue 3, Big Blue, to achieve full and complete accountability. Let the mask unfog a little bit again while I climb. Taking him up, giving honor and respect for the sacrifices made so that others could live. For his family, I believe he was the only boy with 5 sisters. If I got that correct, everything is by memory. So pardon if I make a mistake. I believe his father's name was Joe, who he followed in his footsteps into the FDNY. And his dad had actually worked on Rescue 3. Prior to our brother following him in that appointment to that transfer. Taking him to the very top with honor and respect. Coming to you live in the gym, Southern Park, New Mexico. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110 floor memorial climb for our brother, Firefighter Joseph Spor, FDNY Special Operations Command, Rescue 3, Big Blue out of the Bronx. Taking him all the way to the top with the second to last vertical. For his years of service to the citizens of New York on both Ladder 38 and Rescue 3. We will never forget. We will always remember not only the rescue effort, but the recovery effort, which 19 years ago today was declared complete after a little over 8 months working the pile. The end's still counting. Those who work the pile. Up until 19 years ago today, when the operation was declared complete, they will never be forgotten. Those who succumbed to 9/11 illnesses and cancers will never be forgotten. They will have their time to go vertical. God willing, as many as He'll let me carry on completion of the initial 343 climbs. Right now, this is the 308th journey to the top. 308th story that's been shared. I have 35 brothers to carry vertical in this 343 commitment and still counting. Memorial climb, initial commitment. Taking him to finish his footsteps. One floor at a time. Coming up on the last vertical. For our brother who, if I read it correct, was 35 years old at his time of response on 9/11. Married to Colleen in 1992, and they had 4 children together. Caitlin, Shannon, Joseph, and Casey. I hope I got that right. And right now, we're coming up on that 7th and last vertical to get to the 101st floor. Almost there. To get full accountability to Rescue 3. Taking them up one by one until we reach the very top. Sharing his story so his legacy will be known This is why we climb. This is the first climb of this 48-hour tour. Taking them all the way. On the 19th anniversary of the completion of the recovery effort of Ground Zero. Taking them up all the way. Pushing them up. Next floor. So we go. Almost to the 100 at first. Taking our brother up for his years of service to the citizens of New York. Hundred at first floor. Can't see anything again. Need to let it unplug a tiny bit while we continue on. Our brother joined the FDNY in 1994 after being a financial analyst with Milliken and Company in Manhattan. Initially got on with ladder 38, housed with engine 88. They're in the Bronx, first due at the zoo. Because they were first due to the Bronx Zoo. In August, our brother received a transfer to Big Blue Rescue 3, part of FDNY Special Operations Command. The rescues, heavy technical specialist, in high angle, low angle, confined space, and dive rescue. Rescue 1 out of Manhattan, outstanding. Rescue 2 out of Brooklyn. The Bulldogs. Rescue 3 out of the Bronx. Big Blue, Rescue 4 out of Queens. Popeye. Rescue 5 out of Staten Island, Blue Thunder. The squads. Squad 1. Squad 8. Squad 18. Squad 41, 61. 252. 288 are the ones that come to mind at the moment, along with Hazmat Company 1, the mothership, and the second piece, and the Marine unit. This is your climb, off and on the line, dedicated to his family, the FDNY, and to our country, because we made a commitment, we made a promise on 9/11, 2001, coming up on the 20th anniversary, already 19 years in. September will be 20 years. They will never be forgotten, but instead, they will always be remembered. This is why we climb and share their stories. Rescue 3, full accountability at the top for Big Blue out of the Bronx. Firefighter, just Spor,
Rest easy, brother. We'll take it from here.